Hi, this is Joe again with another movie review, and today we'll be on this video. We'll be discussing the 1987 comedy Three Men and a Baby. Excuse me. Three Men and Babies. The movie we'll be talking about. It was directed by Leonard Nimoy, you Mr. Spock, and it is based on a French film of the same. I think it's the same title. Of course, it stars the big three. The three big stars in the 1980s, which was Tom Selleck, of course, from Magnum P.I. You had Steve Guttenberg, who was in just about every other film in the 1980s. And of course, you had Ted Danson, who was still working on the television show Cheers. Plus, you also had Margaret Collin, who played, in the movie, played Tom Selleck's girlfriend. You also had Nancy Travis, who was a character actor who's currently on the show, Tim Allen's new show, The Last Man Standing. Now, as a movie, I thought it was one of the better and most underrated comedies of the 80s. And of course, the sources, like I said, Ted Danson, Steve Guttenberg, and Tom Selleck as three bachelors, who in a way kind of like three womanizers as well. But the only one out of the three that had to say girlfriend was the Tom Selleck character. And of course, they all live in this fancy penthouse in the building that Tom Selleck had designed on I think Central Park West. And they on this one particular day after a birthday party for Tom Selleck's character, the next morning, after Tom Selleck went on his run, he did a little jogging, comes back, and there was a baby left at the door. And it turns out that the baby was Ted Danson's baby. And it was left at the door. And it turns out that the mother, the mother was one of Ted Danson's conquests. It turns out to be Nancy Travis at the very end of the film. But he doesn't pop up at the end of the film. And of course they're trying to do what are they going to do with this kid. And of course they thought there was another package, which is another subplot in the film. We're going to get to it in a minute. Where they thought it was a package being delivered, and they called the baby a package. Well, the actual package was heroin. They were one of Ted Danson's friends, who was a direct commercials on the site. He's a heroin dealer. So they said, this package is going to be delivered tomorrow. And meanwhile, Ted Danson and Steve Guttenberg's character thought it was the baby as the package. And meanwhile, they thought the baby was, they actually stuck with the baby. And of course, he had a whole subplot with the heroin dealers, and they had to take care of that, and they did that storyline, which is like almost in a way kind of like a distraction. But I guess to stretch out the movie to an hour 35-minute film, they put in the subplot with the heroin dealers. And which of course they took care of that. The heroin dealers of course ended up getting arrested. They did a bust on them because at one point the drug dealers destroyed the apartment. They bust into the apartment and they ripped the place apart looking for the package of heroin. Of course after that that's when Ted Danson character finally comes back from a movie shoot in Turkey of all places, and he found out and realized that he has a kid. He doesn't have a kid. It doesn't look like me. Because I have more hair than the baby than the kid has. They have all those types of jokes, and of course Ted Danson and Tom Selleck and the Guttenberg characters go out with their dates, and they were worried of leaving Ted Danson in the house with the baby for the first time. So you have that, they have that stuff going on. And of course, they had this one incident where the mother, played by Nancy Travis, does come back and wants to take the baby back with her to London. because she's British. She plays a British character and go back to London. But instead of yelling at her, and one time I watched or seen the review of Siskel and Ebert when they reviewed this film, and I think it was Roger Ebert says, "How come they never yell at the mother? Hey, you left. You have no way to take the baby back because you dumped your kid on us." Tom Selleck never said that, and Steve Guttenberg's character didn't say that because Leslie Ted Dancer was, away for the movie shoot. So not once do they yell at her for dumping the kid on them, and that was their biggest complaint, along with the subplot with the drug dealer subplot. They complained about that. There was a distraction from the film. But as a movie, I thought it was a good film. But of course, what happened is the mother decided to stay, and she felt that she didn't want to take the kid away from Ted Danson again. So she wanted to work in New York. She didn't want to work in London. So they came up with the idea: why don't you just move in with us with the baby, so you all raise the kid, together. So okay, I do that. And that's pretty much how the original film ended. We know I say original film because about 3 years later, they made a sequel called Three Men and a Little Lady, which is awful. It's an awful movie. It's an awful sequel. I mean, I don't mind if they made a sequel because the movie was successful enough, and you like to see what happens with them and raising the kid. I thought maybe the next movie would be typical stuff of raising a kid who is not a baby anymore, maybe a 5 or 6 year old kid, which they aged her at that time. About her for being like a 4 or 5 year old kid. I think maybe 5 or 6, around there. And of course, the biggest, this was going to be a bad movie, where the kid asks the 3 adults, I'm talking about Steve Guttenberg's character, and that's pretty much everybody from the original film came back, except for Margaret Collins' character. For some reason, she didn't come back for this one. But the other 4 main characters did. I don't remember if Leonard Nimoy directed the sequel. I don't remember. But the 4 other characters came back, and she asked the girl, Mary, asked the 3 adults, the 3 guys, "What's a penis?" He goes, "Danny, what's a..." To Ted Danson's character, "Danny, what's a penis?" I mean, that's supposed to be funny. That's not funny. I think if you have a 5-year-old girl say penis, it's supposed to be funny. Come on. But the movie's going to go downhill from there. Of course, it turns out that the mother, Mary, expected to be engaged to Tom Selleck, and he didn't make the move. And then he says the line that you expect them to say in the original film is, "Hey, you dumped the kid on us. You dumped your problems on us." So what she did, she got engaged to a fellow actor, and they moved back to London. And of course, the 3 guys followed him over there. But first, was mostly Tom Selleck and Steve Guttenberg's characters, because like I said, Ted Danson was still working on Cheers, so they had to shoot around Ted Danson's schedule for him to come into the show. So again, in this movie, like in the original one, you have a pretty long gap of not seeing Ted Danson in the film. So they went to London to try and convince Sylvia, the Nancy Travis character, not to marry this guy because he had plans of taking the kid with Sylvia, putting her into a boarding school. And of course, Sylvia first did not believe it. And then of course Tom Selleck got the proof, and of course the admissions, and the woman who did all the admissions work in this boarding school, admitted to her, said yes, he signed the papers putting Sylvia in the school without discussing it with he signed the papers to put Mary in the boarding school without telling Sylvia about it. So she got mad, and of course they had the wedding, and Ted Danson was all made up and as an older priest. So be a fake priest, so they won't be legally married. And of course, in the end of the film, actually they broke off the engagement. Tom Selleck purchased, this fiancée out, and which was of course the scene that you waited the whole movie for, because this other guy, an actor, I don't even remember who played him. He was such a jerk. And then you had Tom Selleck does marry Nancy Travis character at the end of the second film, and that's how it ended. So in the actually last moment of the movie was when Ted Danson catches a bouquet in the ring, and that was the last scene. Of course, I heard rumors, since the two movies were popular back in the 80s or early 90s with sequel, they always wanted to make a third film with Mary, the baby getting married. And of course, the three guys anyway, they all wanted to do it if they could get a good script. I remember that Tom Selleck did an interview, I think on the View or something, and he said, well, that movie would be too much like Father of the Bride. He said, we're all willing to do it, but it had to be done or written in a way that wasn't like Father of the Bride, and we just had like a winning scene or sequence in the end of the last movie. So it's like again another winning, and this one with all this crazy hijinks. I don't think they were that thrilled to do something like that. We're all willing to do a reunion movie or something like that, but I don't think it's going to happen. So that's what Tom Selleck said in an interview, because those movies were popular, and I think it was the best movie that Tom Selleck did. In my opinion. So that's my review of the Three Men and a Baby movies. Please like the video, please comment on, please feel free to share it on your Facebook pages, and please subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.